Ladies and gentlemen, young minds of today, my dear fellows, warriors of tomorrow, Generation Z, this is your moment. Today I am not here to lecture you. I have some thoughts in my minds that I want to share with you all. I'm not here to tell you what you already know. I'm here to speak to like a debater, like a warrior, and like a believer. Because Gen Zs deserve nothing less. You have been called many names like the found generation, the confused generation, the lazy generation, the distracted generation. But let me start today by declaring something powerful. Gen Z is not a weak generation. Gen Z is an awakened generation. Gen Z is the most self aware generation in history. And awareness is not a weakness, my friends. It is the beginning of revolution. Let's talk about the truth the world Gen Z was born into. You inherited information overload, economic instability, climate anxiety, identity pressure, competition beyond imagination, an online world too big to understand, and an offline world too broken to trust. You didn't choose this world, but you are expected to survive in it, succeed in it, somehow fix it. People say Gen Z is too emotional. Why? I say, of course they are. When you grow up seeing wars live streamed, injustice trending, depression memified, and success glamorized by influencers, how could you not feel deeply? People say Gen Z is impatient. I say, look at the world, the patience does not pay anymore. You live in a time where everything is instant: internet, delivery, information, validation. But dreams are still slow. Dreams still demand hunger, discipline, and grit. Your generation is fighting a battle previous generation never had to fight. The battle for self worth in a world of constant comparison, and yet you are still standing, you are still trying, you are still dreaming. That alone makes Gen Z extraordinary. Let's address the beast in the room: social media. Gen Z is the first generation born with a phone in hand, a world in pocket, and opinions coming from every direction. Social media gives you the power to build influence, build business, build communities, speak truth, spread change. But it also gives you the power to destroy your confidence, destroy your focus, destroy your mental peace. You scroll for 5 minutes, suddenly the world tells you you are not good enough, you are not rich enough, you are not pretty enough, you are not successful enough. Remember this: social media shows successful, not struggle. It shows highlights, not hard work. It shows results, not reality. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. That's the big difference, like a earth and a sky. If you want to break free, here's the truth. Your phone is not the enemy, my flow. Your lack of control is. If you master your attention, you master your generation. Gen Z is the first generation that openly speaks about mental health, and it is a sign of strength, not weakness. You are the first generation to say, I'm not okay, and that's okay. You are first to understand depression is real, anxiety is real, it, aid, burnout, overwhelm, all real, all real. Healing takes time, rest is necessary, and for this, The world criticizes you continuously. Why? I continuously ask for myself why? Because previous generation were taught to suffer silently, and you are the first generation to refusing to die quietly. I admire that. I respect that. But I want to tell you something powerful. Your emotions are valid, but they are not your identity. Feeling lost doesn't mean you are lost. Feeling anxious doesn't mean you can't be brave. Having bad days doesn't mean you had a bad life. Your mind is not your enemy. Your untrained mind is. Train it, strengthen it, direct it, master it. Because a focused Gen Z impossible to stop. Let's me break a myth. Let's me break a big myth today. Gen Z is not lazy. Gen Z is overwhelmed. Gen Z is overstimulated. Gen Z is underguided. You don't struggle with hard work, you struggle with direction. You struggle with purpose, you struggle with believing in yourself in a world that constantly questions you. But here's the truth, when Gen Zs find something they truly care about, they work like fire. You have seen it. Overnight businesses, teen entrepreneurs, global activism, content creators rising from nothing. Coders at 14. Can you imagine? Designers at 15. Millionaires at 18. This is not laziness. This is potential waiting for direction. Gen Z fears failure more than anything. Not because failure is painful, but because the world is watching. That's a big issue. Every mistake becomes a screenshot in this generation. Every setback becomes gossip. Every failure becomes a meme. So Gen Z avoids trying, avoids risking, avoid stepping out. But listen carefully. I think failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is the price of success. No dream was ever achieved without embarrassment. No success story exists without failure hiding behind it. The question is, will you let the fear of being just stop you becoming from extraordinary? Let me remind you of what Gen Z truly possesses. First, unmasked creativity. You can turn ideas into content, content into followers, followers into business. Second, fearless expression. You speak about identity, rights, fear, love, politics, something previous generations feared. Three, technological intelligence. Technological intelligence, you adapt faster than any generation ever has. Four, empathy. You are care about mental health, social justice, equality, environment. Five, ambition beyond boundaries. Gen Z does not say I wish. Gen Z say why not? You are powerful. You just don't always realize it. What Gen Z needs to change? I am your debater today, so I won't only praise you, I'll challenge you, I'll appreciate you to change your life. There are things your generation must fix. Stop chasing instant success. Greatness takes time. Not everything is supposed to happen in 6 months. Stop giving up too fast. One failure, one breakup, one delay is not the end. Stand back up. Stop seeking validation. You don't live for likes. You live for legacy. Remember, my friends, you live for legacy. You don't live for likes. Stop procrastinating on your own dreams. Your destiny won't wait forever. Stop letting distraction steal your potential. Your attention is your currency. Protect it. What changes can become? So let me paint a picture. A Gen Z who controls their mind, focuses their energy, believes in their voice, builds instead of compares, tries instead of fears, works instead of waits, learns instead of complains. That Gen Z will become unstoppable. Imagine millions of young people refusing to settle. Imagine, imagine minds sharper than ever. Imagine confidence rooted not in looks or followers, but in purpose and skill. Gen Zs can become the richest generation, the smartest generation ever have been, the most self-aware generation, the most successful generation, the most transformative generation humanity has never seen. But that futures demand some things: responsibility, discipline, patience, consistency, courage, patience, and self belief. Your purpose here is the truth. Not everyone will believe in you, not everyone will support you, not everyone will understand your dreams, and that's okay. I I think that's okay because you don't need a million of people to believe in you. I think you just need one, and that yourself. Yourself. And once you believe in yourself, the world has no choice. Your purpose is not to be perfect. Your purpose is to be powerful. Your purpose is to grow, to evolve, to rise, to break the old patterns, to create the new world. Gen Z is here to continue the story. Gen Z is here to rewrite it. My final call. So today I ask you, when will you stop doubting yourself, my friends? When will you stop hiding behind tears and fears? When will you stop waiting for the right moment? When will you stop scrolling and start building? Because you Gen Z are the authors of a future the world hasn't even imagined yet. Stand tall, speak loud, act boldly, dream wildly, work relentlessly, and become the generation that history will never forget. Not because you were perfect, but because you were powerful. Not because you had an easy world, but because you faced a broken world and chose to fix it. Ladies and gentlemen, Generation Z, the world tried to underestimate you, but your rise has already begun. Thank you, and I want to challenge you, the Generation Z, to big achieve. Thank you, my friends.